And we welcome in the Campbell Camels. First, the women's side, head coach Ronnie Fisher, redshirt senior forward and preseason all-conference honoree Taya Bolden. Good morning.
Morning, Mark. How are you?
Doing fine. Hope you're all doing well. Camels named the preseason favorite on the women's side just a bit earlier this morning. Coach, if you want to make an opening statement about that, as well as how the preseason preparation is going, we'll go ahead and hear from Taya and then take questions.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for having us on here. It's always the media day that feels like it starts the season off. And it's been a long time since March, and we're ready to play. And this is kind of the kickoff date, and we're excited. I'm glad to be on here with you. Look at that poll. It is nice to see our team atop the poll, but we're going to take the same stance we did last year when I think we were picked 4th or 5th or somewhere in there, is that preseason poll means nothing. And it only counts where you're in at the end of the year. So I like seeing us there, but we'd love to see us there in March. That would be awesome. And as far as our team, I love our team this season. They're working extremely hard. Taya on the call with us, she's leading like a fifth-year senior should, and really proud of the preparation. And we got a lot to learn, and we're not there yet, but we're getting better, hopefully, day by day.
Thank you, Coach, and we'll bring in Taya Bolden. Hello, Taya. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us today. One of 3 preseason all-conference honorees on the Camels. First, your reaction to your selection, your teammate selection, and then if you can talk a little bit about how preseason activities have been for the team.
Hi, how are you? I would say my reaction to being selected was just how grateful I was. I mean, it wasn't much of what I did. I would say it was a team thing. Like my coaches, my teammates, they helped me get to that spot. And you can see that because we have 2 others right there with me all together. We just pushed each other to be the best we could and come to work every day, and it paid off. As far as how this preseason is going, I mean, it's different. I'll say that. With COVID, coming to work, training, social distancing with a mask, it's hard, but in the end, I say that it's gonna be what's best for us. I mean, it's keeping us safe, and that's all that really matters in the end. And it's gonna be hard, but it'll just make us tougher. So.
Thank you, Taya, and we'll start taking questions for both Coach Fisher and Taya Bolden. To just ask a question, please enter your name in the chat box. And we'll take them as they come in. And Coach, we'll kind of continue that theme with your 3 preseason all-conference selections, Taya, Shai, and Luana. What makes them so unique and having as well 3 preseason honorees?
Yeah, well, I think kind of the reason we were successful last year is that we were a good team. And although we have some really good individual players, Taya, Lou, and Shai are 3 of those, and I really feel like we have some other really solid players too. But our success has not come from individual accolades. It's come from a team playing together. And I love those 3 players on that second team that were voted second team. I like what Lou brings at that point guard position. She's a competitor, and she gets the ball where it needs to go, and she can score as well. I think she ended up being our leading scorer last year by about a 1/10 of a point or something. But Shai, I really feel like Shai has got a chance to really be one of the best players in the league this year. She shoots the ball very well with her size, and she has a toughness about her that I really like. So that backcourt combinations is really good. And then Taya, Taya's amazing. She had, I think, 100 more rebounds than her closest teammate last year. And I think she averaged only about 18 or 19 minutes a game. And she's the best rebounder I've ever coached. And she ended the season off strong. And I really feel like if she picks up where she left off, she has a chance to have a special season too.
Thank you, Coach. We'll now take questions from our media panel. First is from Rod Baxley of the Fayetteville Observer. Go ahead, Rod.
Hey, Coach. Good to hear from you again, man. How would you describe the challenges of the last few months? Because it does seem kind of crazy that you guys won a championship in 2020. It feels like it was a completely different year.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Rod. And we were warming up to play in the tournament. I believe it was the 14th of March, and we were taken off the floor and learned that the tournament was canceled. I met with the team about 30 minutes, and then the next morning our school decided that we had to get off campus. And it was for the right reasons, but you're talking about a very abrupt ending. I didn't even get a chance to meet with our team again. And so it was a lot of distancing this summer. We couldn't come to summer school, and we spent a lot of time on Zoom, and that was an adverse situation, but I really think it gave us a chance to come together as a team. I learned more about our teammates and our coaches and our team from all the Zooms we did on a personal level. And that was a positive that came from a negative situation. And I think that's carried over coming back on campus. We don't take a day for granted. We've had a few instances where we couldn't practice due to something or the other. And we take every day, it's special. And COVID makes you look at it that way. And also, our first priority is staying healthy. So it's not being the best shooter, rebounder, best shape. It's staying healthy. So our priorities have definitely changed, but not all is bad there.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Rod. And next question is from Evan Budrovich for Taya. Go ahead, Evan.
Taya, what's the level of motivation for this group to not only repeat last year's success, but sort of show this team has an ability to be one of the better teams in the league?
I would say nothing has really changed for us. Of course, it's a new team with new circumstances, but our goal and our objective, everything that we do is we just want to focus on being the best teammates that we can, having the best attitudes that we can, and giving the best effort that we can, whether that's on the court, off the court, in the weight room, in the classroom, just giving it our all and everything we do. And that's what made us successful last year, and hopefully it can carry on to this year.
Sounds like she's going to be a good coach.
Thank you, Taya. Next question from Donnell Coley. Donnell, welcome.
Appreciate it. Thank you. This is for both of you guys. So, Coach and Taya, you guys recently, celebrated the ring from last year, or from earlier this year. But how was that? What was it like doing that? For getting you guys first championship there, Big South.
Go ahead, Taya.
It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. Like I just want to feel it again, and it's addictive. So it's not going to do anything but push me to compete more and practice, compete with myself more, and just, like I said, give it my all and go harder so that I can feel that feeling again.
Yeah, and the timing wasn't what we wanted, but it was tough when you finish the season. You have to leave campus and you can't get your team together. So this was literally the first opportunity we had to get our whole team together. And I told Haley Barber and Kiana Spade, our two seniors from last year, that we're going to celebrate this championship. And I said, I don't know how long it's going to take, and it ended up taking a few months. But it was a special day, and the longer I've been in this business, I realized how much goes into winning a championship, and so many important parts. And we wanted to make sure that we celebrated each other and all those parts that came together for that last year. And then, like Taya said, it was a lot of fun, and it is addictive. We're trying to go try to do it again. That's our goal. Thank you, Donnell.
So we have a few more minutes with both Coach Fisher and Tara Bolden. Coach, tell us about your non-conference schedule that you have lined up.
Yeah, we really had to change our non-conference schedule around. We we had a trip out to Vegas planned, and we're really looking forward to that. We were actually going up to Pittsburgh and down to Atlanta, and we really tried to change gears with COVID because, like I said earlier, our number one priority right now is to stay healthy. And we're very fortunate. We have a really good schedule planned, but it's with teams that are all within driving distance, and we can go up same day. We have a home opener on the 25th with North Carolina Central, and then we will also play A&T, who will be coming into the league next year. We go to UNC Greensboro, UNC Wilmington, and we have SC State coming to our place. So it's a very difficult preseason, pre-conference schedule, but it hopefully will keep us the least likely to be in an area where we could contract the virus. And so we're really blessed that we can stay close by in our non-conference games.
Well, Coach, that's all the questions that are come in, and we're about to run out of time anyway. But we thank you and Taya for joining us today. We wish you all the best of luck. Stay safe and healthy, and we'll see you down during the season.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
All right. We now welcome in the men's coach, Kevin Mcgahn, and senior guard Jordan Whitfield to our Media Day session. Gentlemen, good afternoon. Well, almost good afternoon.
Hey, Mark. How you doing?
We're doing fine. Great to see you both. Coach, let's open with you. I'm going to start with how preseason prep has been for you and the team.
It's been good. It's unusual how we've all had to adjust. I'm sure every single coach that you've talked to has talked about how things are not the same. One thing I would say is that it's forced us to be creative. I think for the good part of the time that when we first got back, we had to do a lot of non-contact work. And I think what that allowed us to do was get further ahead with our implementation of our offense and sets and concepts. And then we're eager to get a chance to play against each other to see how we reacted and responded, because so much of what we do is based on reads and things like that. So it just was like maybe put in a little bit of a different order. I'm sure it was very difficult. You can ask Jordan this, but for them to be on like this pause of competition, because so much of what we do is competitive in practice. But we just kept reinforcing this is the way we have to do it. This is the way we're going to do it, and we got to try to be safe. And if we want to get to the finish line, stick with the plan and stay patient.
Thank you, Coach. And we'll bring in Jordan Whitfield coming in now. Jordan, if you can kind of give us your perspective on how the preseason practices have gone, some of the things Coach mentioned, adjustments and things like that, and then we'll start taking questions.
Yes, it's definitely been challenging because it's outside of the norm. Like Coach said, it took a long time to get to live play and physical play against one another. So in that aspect, it's definitely been challenging. But I'm glad he's taking precautions, and safety's first for everyone. So the precautions is necessary. But yeah, it's been challenging not being able to really come in close contact with the team in the locker room and have that normal locker room conversation talk with the fellas. So yeah, it's been tough in that aspect.
Well, despite that, what are some of the goals that you're working towards individually, and then some of the team goals that you and the rest of the group have kind of discussed?
Yes. Well, the ultimate team goal is getting to the NCAA tournament, definitely. But for individual aspect, I'm just working on being a leader, leadership role, being a senior, most experienced player on the team. I'm just trying to work on my leadership skills and help continue to grow other guys around me and bring the team together as a whole and a unit.
Thanks, Jordan. We'll move on to some questions. First is from Rod Baxley, who's got questions for both of you. Go ahead, Rod.
Hey, Coach Jordan, good to hear from you guys again. What has stood out so far about this group since you guys went to that live play in the fives in practice?
Jordan, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go. Just their ability, our incoming guys, their ability to just learn the offense so well and just grasp the knowledge the coaches have been giving them. But their growth from the beginning, like the first practice, has been tremendous. They're continuing to grow every day. I continue to see it every day. And so, yeah, that's been interesting about the team. And we compete. This is one of the hardest competing teams that I played on. But, yeah, their growth, the incoming freshmen's growth and ability to be coached and take knowledge, and grow knowledge every day is what's been interesting to me.
You want me to follow up, Rod?
Yeah, if you don't mind, Coach. Thanks, Jordan.
I totally agree with Jordan. I think that I've been really impressed. The nice thing about this team is that, all our returning guys played. So it's although we only have 8 scholarship guys that returned, all of them played. Most of them probably started at one point or another. So there's experience kind of there. And I think that really helps because the guys that are coming into the program, there's not like a great deal of pressure that they have to go, start or play 25, 30 minutes. I think they're all capable of contributing and helping our team. And I think they will do that. But I also think that we have a core of guys that have some experience that are, in different stages of their career, Jordan being older and most experienced. And then, guys like Josh and Jesus, who played a good amount last year and got valuable experience that are, ready to take another step forward. But I have been very impressed with the freshmen's ability to pick up information. Maybe that has something to do with the format and the way we were able to do it or forced to do it this year. But I think it's more about who they are and just real good base of basketball knowledge and understanding, which is, a lot of the things that we look for when we recruit guys. But they've done a nice job. And then I think they're all like really good teammates, like into it and kind of listen, as Jordan was saying, like listen to the coaching and are ready to sort of act on it. There's no, some of these guys are highly accomplished, high school players. If you lead your state in scoring, you've done a fair amount in high school. But for somebody like Dre in that example to come in and be humble and eager to learn and knowing he doesn't know everything and just compete as hard as he can is really a good sign, because I think we have a lot of guys that are, have done a lot, some on the international stage and whatnot. And it's like, to be eager to learn and ready to acclimate and work with your teammates and help the team is really encouraging sign for our group.
Thanks, y'all.
Thanks, Rod. Next question. This one's for Jordan from John Teetle. Go ahead, John.
Hey, Jordan, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Great. 2 quick questions. You talked about leadership earlier. I was wondering, as somebody who was a grad assistant in Corey, who was your former teammate, and brother Shane, who used to play for Campbell, what sort of leadership lessons have you learned from either of them, say, next month during a pandemic, or do you just stay locked inside your apartment all day?
Yes, sir. With somebody like Corey Genzer, who was our GA, he's been teaching me a lot of things. Because we kind of train a little bit. So he just giving me a little pieces and things that he sees on and off the court that I can get better at from a leadership standpoint. Just stand on top of guys and just making sure I make the right reads and stuff like that. So yeah, he's been a great help to me in that standpoint. And yeah.
Hey, John. Next is Casey Hintz. A question for both Coach and Jordan. Go ahead, Casey.
I can't hear.
Yeah, I can't.
Casey, I think your line's still muted.
Oh, all right. Sorry, this is for both of you guys. Yeah. Just with no fans that are going to be in the stands this season, just wondering, if you guys have talked about that, and have you done anything in practice to kind of, to figure out how you're going to combat that during games, and just what your thoughts on what that's going to be like for you guys.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny you bring that up because I brought it up to the team yesterday. I think it was yesterday, or it was the day before. Was it yesterday?
It was yesterday.
The days run together a little bit. But at one point during practice, I noticed that a few of the guys that were on the side were, having conversations, which is fine. Hopefully they were talking about basketball as we were playing live. But we just seemed a little relaxed, which is okay. But we were like kicked back against the scorers tables. And I said, everybody take a look around. You see this arena right now. This is about what it's going to be like when we play games. Stan will be over there. E-Bud will be in the house. We'll have a few more people, but this is what it's going to feel like. So you got to be ready to bring your own energy. Like, we have to bring our energy. And that starts with being locked in practice to every single segment and starting to be like a little more vocal and communicative in the moment, because it's not going to just be a flip of a switch. That we're going to need to be really good at that. And I asked them if I used the Major League Baseball as an example, but you could really use the NBA or all the other, I don't know about hockey. I didn't hear as much, but like, you could really, really sense that those guys got a boost from each other, where they knew that in the past they would have a home crowd or they would have a road crowd, either way, to create energy in the building. And they did it for each other. The Major League Baseball guys, those dugouts were live and loud, some serious dugout chatter going on, and I think that helps the team. And the same in the NBA. I mean, you could really feel those guys and hear them cheering for each other and pulling for each other. So I think it's important. I think it's something that I just took kind of a teachable moment in practice to try to encourage it. And then I think we finished that next segment pretty good, didn't we, Jordan?
Yeah, yes, sir.
The guys were into it, and then we really, really were good at the end of practice. So, I think we saw immediate results. Now, it's not a one-time thing, right? It's going to be an all-the-time thing.
And Jordan, if you could answer that as well, just kind of what you think it might be like, and what that was like in practice for you guys.
Okay. Yeah, so it's definitely going to be different this year, not having any fans. As Coach said, the team is going to have to create that energy for each other, and we're going to have to be engaged the whole game with one another, creating that energy. It's going to be similar to like a childhood setting, AAU basketball, just having to create that own energy for like an 8 a.m. game or something. But yeah, it's definitely going to be different. But as Coach pointed it out yesterday, we took that and we definitely created our own energy. But we're just gonna have to be conscious of that every game and continue to stay locked in.
Thank you.
Thank you, Casey. Next is from Danelle from the Dunn Daily Record. Go ahead, Danelle.
Thanks. Coach, this is for both of you guys, but Coach, starting with you first. You guys just added NC State to the schedule, and I just want to get your immediate thoughts on that, and what kind of opportunities that can provide for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a really good, hard game, but a good game for us locally. It was already on the schedule prior to COVID, so this was one that we were planning. The date did not get impacted by the early start or the pushback start. Obviously there's been some adjustments with contracts and all that kind of stuff, but because of the distance, I think it's a really good one. Number one, easy and a very, you'd probably think one of the safest you could make as far as proximity. We've played against Coach Keats a bunch of different times, both at Wilmington and now we'll get a chance to do it there. We scrimmaged a couple years ago. All we could get was a scrimmage out of him back in the Chris Clemens era, but now we got him on the books, or you might say the other way around, right? But yeah, it's going to be a challenge, and we're looking forward to it. It's an opportunity. I think our guys like a chance to go play against big time teams, and we'll get ourselves ready. And PNC Arena, I don't know what the restrictions are as far as attendance and stuff, but I can imagine that it won't be a full crowd, and so we'll go in there and give them what we got.
And Jordan, just from a player's perspective, what does that ACC opponent, type of caliber competition provide for you guys?
Yeah, definitely. As a player, you always want to play the best competition. Being a high major, you always want to play that type of competition to just see where you're at as far as the team standpoint, and just compete with the best and see if you can knock off a big team. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this one, being from Raleigh. Just always hearing about state. Growing up, my dad was a state fan, so this is definitely a special one for me. I'm looking forward to competing.
Thank you, guys.
And we'll probably end with a question from Evan Budrovich. Go ahead, Evan.
Jordan, you and your teammates have been pretty vocal about creating awareness with racial inclusion and trying to push some of those issues. How do you hope to continue that conversation during the season?
Yeah, it's definitely an ongoing battle throughout the nation. But yeah, we have to continue that conversation with the team and coaches and university. Just staying on top of it, speaking out, standing on what you believe, doing the right thing. But yeah, I definitely believe we have to continue that conversation with the team, and just doing everything we can to stay on top of it and make change in the world.
And I'll end up with a question for you, Jordan. You were part of the Big South Cultural Conversations a few weeks ago. We appreciate your time with that. What were some of the takeaways that you had from that experience?
Yeah, just just learning about the different sides of politics, being on there with Campbell. But yeah, just listening to him talk and just learning, just picking his brain and the knowledge he has about politics in the world and the change he sees in the nation. But yeah, it was definitely special, and I thank the Big South for allow me to be a part of their platform to speak my piece.
Well, we do appreciate your voice and all the voices of our student athletes in participating. And we'll wrap it up with the Campbell Camels with that. And Coach Jordan, we thank you for your time today. We wish you the best of luck this season. Stay safe and healthy, and we look forward to seeing you both during the season at some point.
All right. Thank you.